today's session. I am so excited to get to chat with you about all things fashion and confidence at the first ever Marshall's Good Stuff Social Club event. But before we dive in, I'd like to share a quote with you all that I came across recently. And it is by costume designer Edith Head, who once famously said, "You can have anything you want in life as long as you dress for it." With me here today is the amazing Karen Blanchard, who is a renowned fashion stylist, content creator, and a resident Marshall's fashionista. Together, we're going to be giving you a little bit of style inspiration on developing your own personal sense of style. And today's session is going to be interactive, so expect to learn about fun trends and different style aesthetics and so much more. For the next hour, you can look to Karen and I as your personal go-to style guides. As you all may know, fashion and confidence is the name of the style game, and we're here to make you all just feel great. So, without further ado, please join me in welcoming Karen Blanchard.
Hello, everybody. Okay.
Hello, Karen.
Hello. We're here.
Here we are. Can you please share with us a little bit about yourself?
Okay. Well, hello. I can't believe it's raining, can you? So I'm Karen, and also known as Karen Britchik. And first of all, I want to say thank you to Marshalls and for being here and being able to do this style session with you. And I'm really glad that I'm doing this because a little bit about me. I grew up in London, shocker, and I was raised by my mum. And we grew up in Tottenham in a flat, we call it apartment here. And we didn't have much money. My mum was a midwife. And we used to go shopping every Saturday morning, I remember, at the local street markets where they sell clothes. And it's inexpensive. So we would buy a bunch of things and we would bring it home and would literally just tip it, the bag of clothes, on a kitchen table. Yeah. Just a pile of inexpensive things. And I would just, Mum would be like, go on then, put it on. And so I'd literally just do like a little fashion show in front of her and just try clothes on. And we loved it. And I used to get such a buzz, because in the street markets, you're not allowed to try it on. So when you know it can fit, you know how that is. It's like it can fit, you're like, oh yes, it fits, yes. Yeah. So we used to just do that. And I used to like literally use the kitchen as like my runways, like walking up and down. And we were like so chuffed because we didn't spend much money, but the clothes looked so good. At least we thought it did. And it was just the fact that you can just, I think the bug started from then about how you do not have to spend a lot to look good. And I truly believe that. Some of the best people I've ever seen style-wise, everything they bought was inexpensive. And that bug stuck with me right till today. And I remember that when I moved to New York from London, I had a job, and it was a printing company, so nothing to do with fashion. And I was dying a slow death at my desk every day, working a 9-to-5 job that I did not like. And I know a lot of people can relate to that. Yeah. And I remember that my escape was fashion and clothes. And it was a very casual work job, so you didn't have to like wear suits. So I used to turn up in the most, not ridiculous, but I used to really, you could see I loved fashion by the way I looked every day. And it was nothing that I was taught to do, like I said, but everyone in the office knew that I loved fashion, even though I wasn't in a fashion job.
I can imagine the looks you used to get.
And I did. I used to get a lot of looks. Yeah. And I remember a colleague, when I was close to leaving the job, she said to me, oh, they're talking about you behind your back, about the way you dress. And I was actually chuffed about it, because I thought, oh, good, because I really love the way I dress. But I've always thought that, you don't have to, I remember, that was it. And I started my blog because I didn't like my day job. So I did it as an escape. And it was like a personal diary. And I couldn't make any money from it. It was literally a hobby. And I felt like a hole filled as soon as I started that blog. And I thought, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. And I didn't know how to make a job of fashion. I didn't know what to do. I didn't want to be a fashion designer. I didn't want to be a fashion teacher or a merchandiser. But I knew I loved clothes and fashion. So I thought, I don't know what this is going to take me, but I know I love doing this. So I would, on the weekends, I would like style outfits. And Michael, who's at the back, my husband somewhere, he used to take pictures of me on the weekends, and I'd post them during the week, and I'd go back to my 9-to-5 job, and then I'd go home after my job, and I'd sit on my laptop, and I'd, deal with my blog. And I literally felt like, as the blog was growing, I felt like I had 2 jobs, essentially, one paid, one not paid. And I remember that I said to myself, you know what, I'm going to see if I can do this full time, if I can really do it. Because I was starting to get noticed by brands, but, trickling in here and there. And not enough to really make a living out of it, but it was enough for me to feel like, oh, I could get paid to do this. Didn't know that.
Love that.
I know you could get paid to do this. I was just doing this as a hobby. And honestly, if all this went away tomorrow, I'd still be doing that. So that's a test to show you how much I love it. So I said to Michael, you know what, I'm going to hand in my notice at the end of whatever that year was, the end of that year. So it was spring, I remember. I said, by December, I'm going to resign, and I'm going to go for it. I'm going to see if I can do this full time.
Taking a chance on
I'm going to
yourself.
take a leap of faith. 2 months before I hand in my notice, October, yeah, my math, they laid me off. I saw that as a sign. I believe in signs. I believe like the universe and manifestation, and because I've seen it happen. I'm living it. I'm aware of manifestations, things that I think of. I knew I was going to end up living in New York when I was going to school in London.
Wow.
Yeah, but I didn't know why, I didn't know the why, but I just felt deep down inside I'm going to end up, and it was very specific. I didn't just know the country, which is America, but I knew the city. I was as specific as that. I knew something told me, something very intangible but tangible to me, that I'm going to live here. Mm-hmm. And there you go. And there you go.
Here you are.
So I think that's really it. It was really just finding that courage and listening to the universe, because I think when I got laid off, I remember my boss, who I worked for, she loved what she did for a living, but I didn't. And I remember the day I got laid off, and I had to leave that day, and they had a cardboard box. It's just like the movies. They had a cardboard box, and I had to put my belongings. It's so humiliating. And I started to cry. I can't believe I cried at work. I was like, I was sad because I felt like a rug had been pulled out from under my feet, even though I planned to resign. But it was just the shock factor. I don't know if anyone's been fired or whatever, you know what that feeling is like. And I work in the office. We have the same office room, and her name was Melissa, my boss. Yeah, she's not here. And she looked around, and she could see HR was standing there, and I'm packing up my stuff. And she goes, "What's happening?" She had a really high-pitched voice. And I said, "You didn't know I'm being laid off?" She goes, "Oh, I didn't know they were doing it today."
No.
So I thought, let me just carry on putting my stuff away.
Getting out of here now.
So I like walked out, and I'm like, I could feel the tears coming. I was like, don't cry in front of her, don't cry. So I was like going to the lift. Elevator. She follows me to the lift, and the doors, I'm thinking, don't come with me inside. She came with me inside the elevator. And I was like, oh my God. And as the doors were closing, the tears just started. I was like, I'm holding this cardboard box in front of me. I've got no tissue, so I've got the ugly cry now. So the ugly cry, holding a cardboard box, like,
This is so much.
And she's like, "But Karen, you could do what you've always wanted to do now for a living. I know you've always liked fashion." But I just thought, you're just going to remember me and looking like this for the rest of your life. So as I walked out of the elevator, she stayed because she was going to go back up again. And as the doors were closing, she goes, "You can just do what you've always wanted to do for a living now." Boom.
Wow.
That was the last time I saw her.
Wow. Well, thank you for sharing that story.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Oh my God. I don't even know where to go, but I mean, look where you are now.
Yay.
As you said earlier, everything happens for a reason.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Thank you, Karen. Well, I have some questions for you.
Okay.
Centered around fashion and confidence.
Okay.
What's one look you reach for when you need to feel like your most confident and powerful self?
Okay. So I've always believed, like I said to you earlier, that you don't have to have a ton of income to have style to give you confidence. It's all about just knowing what you truly love and tapping into that. The reason why Marshalls resonates with me is because it truly is so much good stuff. I have been so shocked of things that I have seen that's there, designers that I've seen there.
Same.
I'm like, I'm grabbing this right now before anyone sees this. You know, it's all there. I mean, finding this, I love jewel tones. My followers know that. When I saw this blouse, I was like, you're coming with me. Do you know what I mean? Because it looks so much more, at least I think, it looks more expensive than what it is. And I styled it at home with like just a pair of like wide leg trousers. Sick.
Ooh.
Do you know what I mean? So
Noting that.
Marshalls has all of that kind of good stuff. I love slip dresses. And this just, I mean, sorry, I'm going for the tangent. But I can just imagine wearing this like with a blazer all by itself or just layered over a T-shirt, polar necks later because of, you know, boots, and then later on in spring with sneakers. You know, this is the kind of thing that I find that Marshalls gives me. It's like a play box, but for adults. That's how I see it. So,
I love that.
Yeah.
I feel like I love the thrill of having to be able to search through the racks in Marshalls and find them.
Yeah, it's that mix. And you don't know what's going to be there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, for our next question, our clothes speak for us and have an impact on how we connect with others. Do you agree or disagree with this statement?
100%. Clothes and your outfit is like a way of saying who you are without saying a word. Like just from looking at everyone here, I get a sense of you because of what you're wearing. And you're all thinking, oh God, I didn't really want to wear that today. But it tells me something about you. It tells me maybe what your aesthetic is. It tells me perhaps how you're feeling. Because it is like the silent part of you, but it's speaking for you. And so clothes are that communication. I do street style episodes on YouTube where it's called What Everyone is Wearing in New York. And I get that sense from people. When I stop someone, and the reason I even do those episodes is because I'm a nosy Parker. I love to go like, oh my God, where'd you get those fluffy boots? She's got fluffy boots on. And where'd you get those? Oh, I know where you got those loafers from. I know where you got those designer loafers from. But I love to stop people and ask them where they got what they're wearing. In fact, there's someone in the audience now who I met through one of my street style episodes, and she's right there.
Hello.
And I did not know her until, because now we talk to each other online.
Wow.
But I literally met her I liked her outfit. She wore a maxi. I remember the maxi denim. Yeah, I remember the maxi denim skirt. I remember exactly what you wore. And so I went up to her and said, oh my God, where did you get that skirt from? Of course, that day I eventually bought 3 colors. But it really is a way to communicate who you are without saying anything. And I think that's important to realize, and it's important to know that clothes reflects who you are. It reflects your state of mind as well. You know, if you're feeling down, you maybe don't care what you look like. You maybe just wear dark colors. If you're feeling really happy, again, it reflects in the way you're dressed. I know that for me, with my emotions, it really does. It's the voice. And also I've had people like followers who'll send me messages who'll say like, oh, you know, I didn't have confidence to wear this, that, and the other. But after watching your videos and it really has made me feel like, oh yeah, I can be excited about wearing clothes because I'm one of those, oh, this is so embarrassing. But I procrastinated before I started my channel because I like to get very excited when I put clothes together and I find something that I really love and I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe I found that. And I was kind of scared to show that side of me because I thought I'm going to sound like an idiot and people are going to just laugh at me. You know, it's the internet. But I said sod it and I just started to, and people like that because they were like, I'm exactly like you, Karen. I do the same thing. I get that excited about finding things. And that's how it is with Marshalls. When you find something that's really cool, it's like,
Such a thrill.
it is. That's why when I found this and this, I was like, yes.
Got it. I'm getting it.
I mean, I was really calm because I'm in the public space. I'm like, quiet one, you know. But You know what I mean.
Thank you. So when it comes to identifying your personal style, what would you say is the first step? Should someone figure out their style type or start with maybe what they enjoy wearing? What are your thoughts?
Okay. This is what I do, and this is what I've told my followers to do. Now, it's a two steps to this. One is, what are you doing that day? Okay, so it's a functional side of it. Are you going to work? Are you going to a party? Are you going to lunch with your friends, errands, shopping? So what is that? That's the functional side. That helps you to decide exactly sort of where the category is in your wardrobe. Second thing is, what kind of aesthetic do you have? A lot of you identify with the characters from Sex and the City because a lot of you feel like you're one of them, sort of. So are you a Carrie? Are you a Miranda? Are you a Charlotte? Are you very girly? You like to wear dresses? You like heels? I'm Carrie for sure. Yeah, I love the whole vintage vibe and just mixing and matching vintage. That's still in me, and that's what Carrie's core is. Yeah. So that's me. Are you a minimalist? I feel like Miranda is a minimalist. She falls into that category. Very clean lines, simple, no patterns. Never wears patterns, although current version, I don't know, her style's a bit iffy. Or you're Samantha. We all love Samantha.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I love her. So what kind of aesthetic do you have? And you marry those two together. A lot of you know who you are in terms of which style aesthetic you are roughly, or you could be a mix. You could be a tomboy type of dresser. You always like to wear jeans and baggy big boots and stuff like that. Or you could be a mixture. You could be a mixture of feminine and masculine, which I think is very much how people are today. Or you could be a mix of all of them. It's just how you're feeling that day. Do you know what I mean? But I think another style tip or question to ask yourself is, when you... if somebody was to call you up and say, okay, let's go for a drink in an hour at such and such place, there's probably your emergency outfit that you're going to go to. What is it? Because whatever it is, that in that outfit represents something about you. It's your DNA a little bit of who you actually are. So whatever that outfit is, take a look at it and go, oh, so I like jeans, whatever it is. Do you know what I mean? So those are the three things. Where are you going? What's your aesthetic? And that question, you're going out in an hour, what's the most comfortable thing that you would put on?
I like that you touched on mood earlier. I feel like for me, it really is my mood. How am I feeling today?
Yeah.
And that's going to help me.
Same. Or maybe just bought a pair of shoes and you're like, I'm going to style an outfit around these shoes.
Yeah. Same, yeah. Thank you. Moving on to our next one.
Yes.
As people evolve over time, so will their personal style. How do you advise building a wardrobe that reflects who you are in the present chapter of your life without having to start fresh every single time?
Good question. I think it depends on what is the state of your wardrobe at the moment. So it falls probably into two categories. Do you hate everything that's in your wardrobe? And you're thinking, I got nothing to wear. So you kind of want to start again. Or do you feel like you've got key things already that you already love? So it's just about building on those key things that you've already got. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Which is why I agree with purging every now and again, because I feel like your style evolves often. As you grow, your style grows.
Every different chapter of your life.
Yeah, exactly. So I feel like the wardrobe needs to mirror who you are at any given time. Because the moment it mismatches that's when you don't like your wardrobe and you feel like you've got nothing to wear because it's not you anymore. So purging out those things that aren't you is key, I think. And you can just donate those things. I'm really a big believer in sending things off to donate if you want to. Or just bring it to your friends, let them shop in your wardrobe for the things that you don't like anymore. It doesn't feel like you. And then answering the questions that I said before, which is, what kind of person are you? And shop with that in mind. So when you're going to Marshall's, for example, me, I know that I like edge, a little bit of edge somehow in my clothes. So even though I'm wearing heeled boots with this dress, a lot of times I would wear just chunky ankle boots or something. I like that juxtaposition of a girly dress or skirt with chunky boots or mannish loafers too, or even wingtip brogues, which men wear. because that's just me. So when I would go to Marshall's, I'm going to shop that way. I'm going to look for that in particular. I love to shop in the men's section. I'm a massive believer.
Ooh.
Who shops in the men's section, by the way?
I need to start shopping in the men's
That's quite
section.
a lot of you. It's like half, maybe. That's great.
Wow.
Yes, go.
I didn't think of that.
No, because I mean, they could tell you, the ones that raise their hands.
Yeah.
They have so much good stuff there from the men's section. I love, like, I was wearing a blazer today when I came in. That's from Marshall's in the men's section. The tie at the very far mannequin, we're going to talk about those in a minute, and that shirt, that is from the men's section. You can find so much. I have a 3-piece suit from the men's section from Marshall's.
Well, now I know where I'm going after.
Yeah, but it's a
Straight to the
cut.
men's section.
It's the cut, right? The cut is different. It's boxy. It's cool. It's like it doesn't fit, but it fits.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what's so cool. And it gives you that cool, effortless look. And it kind of looks expensive as well. So I'm a big believer in that. And also check the women. Check the women's, obviously, but check even the kids. Even the kids section. Yeah, believe it or not. Yeah, yes. Check the kids section.
Are you serious?
Yeah. No, but I'll tell you why. Because I have bought, especially if you're flatter chested, I have bought T-shirts in the larger, like the higher age groups. I've bought, You shop there all the time.
Wow.
You and the kids, what do you get? Yeah. What's BBTs?
Like crop tops, kind of.
Oh, like crop tops. I knew that. Yeah, like crop tops. Exactly. What she said. So it's like crop tops and stuff. You can get, so definitely open your eyes. Don't just go to the women's section. Because if you go to the women's section, you're missing 60%, I can't do math, of the rest of the store of what you could be adding to your wardrobe that's going to make it look edgy.
I've been missing out. Thank
Yes.
you.
You're welcome.
Learned something new. Okay, so moving on.
Yes.
We all have one thing in common in this room. We all get up and get dressed every single day. However, what we choose to wear can determine how the rest of our day is going to go. So, Karen, what's one question you think everyone in this room should ask themselves when they are going to pick out an outfit?
You mean from Marshall's or from their wardrobe?
Both.
How you cheat. From your wardrobe, well, I think it's the questions I asked before. So I've already answered this, which is answer those couple of questions. I'm not going to test you lot to see if you're actually listening, but which is, where are you going, first off? That's all, where are you going? So that determines what you're actually going to put on. And the second thing is, what kind of aesthetic do you have? And I think you already know what your aesthetic is, but you have to actually ask yourself out loud, what is your aesthetic? Because that's going to help put in front of you what it is, so that when you now go to, say, Marshall's, you're shopping intelligently. You're not just going looking wiggledy-miggledy, just looking at everything.
You have an idea.
You already know. So that's what you need to do. Shop based on whatever your style is. And your style is based on what is your aesthetic.
Love that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I've got one last question for you.
Yes.
Do you need to buy luxury or designer fashion items to feel confident?
Yes. No. I was lying. No. 100% no. I mean, since like I said earlier, when I grew up with my mum, I've lived it that you don't need to. There is no need to. I mean, there's so many people who I've stopped over the years or even New York is such a great place to just get street style inspiration. And I got
100%.
inspiration during the fashion weeks as well. We'll talk about it in a minute, last month. But I'm always surprised when I stop someone who's got amazing style and they say, oh, I got this from wherever, and it's somewhere you would never expect. And it's 9 times out of 10, it's something that's very inexpensive. And it's just the way they put it together. It's not what you wear, or it's not who you wear, it's how you wear it. And that's important, because there's a quote, which I won't say it because it's got a swear word in it, but there's a quote along the lines of, a woman can walk into a room wearing, like, I don't know, thrifted head to toe clothing, and she can kill off every label wearing chick in the room. because if you've got good style, that's what's important. And that's why I like Marshalls, because it gives you that confidence to mix and to find your own style and to just show that you really do not have to spend a fortune to look really, really good. You know, it's there. It's all there. Just think about those points that I said, and that's it.
Thank you.
Yes.
We are now done with our Q&A section.
All right.
And we are ready to move on into our first interactive experience for today. So as you've probably already peeped, we've got 3 pre-styled mannequins over there, all done by Karen, using all Marshalls finds. And they're centered around 3 fall trends: jewel tones, avant-garde, and dark prints, and winter florals.
Yes.
So we are going to walk on over there, Karen.
Yes.
But first, you can tell us like your mood board. Like,
Oh,
what's
yeah.
your vibe over
Okay.
here?
Yeah. I'm going to wing this. So first off, class, students, we're going to do jewel tones. So it's jewel tones, winter florals, avant-garde. So these are pictures that I have from Fashion Week that I had taken during the actual runway shows. I remember this. This was Milan, and these 2 are in New York. Now, the purpose of this is to illustrate jewel tones. I've always loved jewel tones. I mean, I'm wearing an emerald green blouse at the moment. I just think it's such a quintessential, easy way to. It's a fail-safe color palette for the fall. It's a really easy way to. If you don't want to wear black, you can wear jewel tones because they're colors that are deep and dark enough where they will work, and they will work with each other as well. Like these 2 colors work together. This works together. This works together. So you can pair it together, and I love that. So should we get up?
Let's go on over there.
So for the example, for this first one, which is the jewel tone mannequin, the way I was inspired by a specific designer, especially with the platform loafers, when I came up with this one. Now, what I like about it is that it's got that mix of androgyny because it's got like the waistcoat and you've got the trousers. But this is like a faux leather. Actually, I think this is actually leather. This might be actually leather.
I'm
Either way.
obsessed with the leather vest.
Yeah, I really like that. I like that touch because it's a little bit mensy as well. And it's a nod to like that, which I love. And the shirt, obviously you can wear, I love wearing shirts buttoned up.
Yeah.
I love that. I think especially for fall, it looks really good. And what I would do, I could add even like a brooch to that. You could put a tie with that, like a men's section. Ooh. Get a tie and tuck it under here. And if you're worried it's going to peek out, because when you do a tie, it's got 2 parts. You can just like dip it, the back part, put it in there, and put the top part inside there. So all you see is that section. But I love the play on different materials as well. So when you're doing jewel tones, at Marshalls, don't be scared if you found faux leather and velvet. That's what you but that's what I would love because it's a mix of the different textures together. And this could easily have been a jewel-toned shirt. It doesn't have to be. This could have been a navy shirt. You know what I mean? This could have been a bottle green shirt. But you can see how we work together. And if you're too scared to like go head to toe, just toe dip and just pick one thing. Maybe just get the shoe, right? Or maybe just get the blazer and pair it with what you've got in your home. And then over here, if you can see in the first section of the rack, right, I've got some jewel tones picked out. And again, it's really just about picking items that really feel like you. So for example,
leather,
this is
one piece there.
This is a jumpsuit.
Everything.
I can imagine like an oversized version of this with ankle boots, easy.
Yes.
And then you could add the scarf with it.
Is that a tie around it?
It's like a little
scarf.
Do you know it's a little scarf?
That's cute.
So, and then you could add a scarf with that. And then on the other side, let me just show, there's something here that's peeking out, which is so slinky.
I see sparkle, like sequins.
I know the sparkles as well, which is perfect for the next season. But this is also gorgeous as well. This is really good, obviously, for like the holiday season. This is really cool.
That's
beautiful.
We see a lot of like
sorry,
glitz
I'm
and
shopping.
glam trending right now. So
Exactly.
I
So
see that there.
right. So see what I mean? So I picked burgundies here, but it could have easily been, the sapphire blues. And then again, don't forget, you could just do it in a completely different material.
Yeah.
And I could imagine this with just like a pair of like denim jeans or even like a long denim maxi skirt. I could see wearing this. Oh, like a navy polo neck underneath, like just here. Hold on. Wait, no, like a lace. Oh, imagine like a burgundy high-necked blouse here. Right? Because anyway, sorry. Yeah.
I'm taking that idea.
Yeah, and then the emerald greens, obviously, because I love emerald green. I'm wearing it. I can't get over. Look at the sleeves on this, by the way. Look at this.
Ooh.
It's so cool. Look at the cuff.
I love it.
Cool. Anyway, all right, yeah. So
Heading on to our next mannequin.
Right. So the next one.
Winter florals.
Yes.
Dark prints. Yeah.
So next one is winter florals. Now winter florals. Wrong one. It should be avant-garde. It should be this one next. Winter florals is where the base is black. Okay, so with here, you can see, for example, these were shows that I attended in New York, Milan, and Paris, and I took these photos. And I remember thinking, again, now remember what I was saying about your aesthetic. Who are you as a person? Are you that edgy kind of girl? This, to me, screams like kind of vintage vibes. But the point is, you're seeing like they're darker colors. The base of this skirt is navy. The base of this dress is black, and then they've got the florals on top. The same here. The base of it is strong black. So going over here with the winter florals.
You know what I also find interesting is that florals you would normally think, summer, spring, but
I know
we're bringing it for winter.
I think we don't have to wear florals in spring. So the point is that the base of this blouse is black, and then you got the floral print on top of it. Now, when you're picking the prints, try and go for ones where the print is quite small. Don't go for like 5 giant flowers all over it, because it's going to date too quickly. Just go for something that's got like a smaller print, or maybe it's not even like a obvious floral print, but it could be an abstract print. And don't forget, you can mix 2 different types together. Like I can imagine this over it, right? And the reason I'm doing that is because the colors work well together.
Yes, they do.
Just like
Look
that.
at that.
Kind of. Yeah, I love that together because
Elevated.
it's colors from the same palette.
Yes.
They're picking up and complementing each other. So just think about things like that for like your winter florals. This could have been a dress, and you could put this on top of it. And then the hat could be anything. It happened to match this jacket, but this could be a beanie hat for when it gets colder or whatever. Or it could even be like a scarf that's got like a winter florals in it. You could tie that around here, just like you saw on the rack, or just around your handbag. So you can toe dip into these trends. You don't have to go like, put a whole thing on.
Full on
Just
print.
you can just like take baby steps into it. And for the shoe options, this is like if you're going out somewhere and you put like tights with it. But I love, obviously, a good jewel-toned boot, because it's a good complement to winter florals. And it's such a good walkable heel. And anything that's pointed toe like this, it just never dates. There's certain shapes in boots that just don't. They just are always going to be there. So that's what I would gravitate to when I go into Marshalls, is finding those things that they just don't date.
I absolutely love how this looks visually. I feel like with prints, for me, sometimes I'm afraid of wearing prints because it's like a lot. But just pairing it with like a solid color here.
Yes,
Easy.
exactly. Yeah, and like I said, you can go as much or as little as you want. It just depends on your style.
Lovely. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Shall we move on to our
so avant-garde, which is actually one of my favorites, and it's kind of how I'm feeling with my own personal style, because I noticed during Fashion Week I was really leaning into like more avant-garde styles. It's so funny. I went to this show and I remember thinking, because I've literally got a shirt that looks exactly like that, which is like a long, it's a really long dagger. I call them dagger collars because the collar literally stops there. It's super long and dramatic. I love it. But this kind of style here, where she's pairing like this long fringing with this top, but worn during the day with like tailored trousers, these are more eclectic kind of styles. And this is for somebody who's really into like fashion forwardness, like the contemporary side. And that's the kind of person you are. And I feel like that's something that I'm gravitating more and more to. You may be someone who works in a really creative office, so you're able to like push it a little bit more.
Whenever I see someone wearing like an avant-garde look,
Yeah.
I think of like they're not afraid to take up space. And I
Correct.
feel like that itself is very powerful.
100%. And that's confidence.
Yes.
You know, where you don't mind taking, like to me, something like this it would slot into the avant-garde category because it's different, it's unusual. You wouldn't expect to wear this, and I would layer this. This is to me is a layering piece. I would layer this.
What would you put that with?
I would layer this, honestly, with, let me see. I'd like the idea of wearing like a knit under it and then but with a thin knit. I'd wear a thin knit, and then I'd put this on top of it. I also like the idea of styling it with like long maxi skirts. I've got a thing for like maxi skirts. That's just me. But also, I like the idea of styling it with how do I explain? Like balloon cut jeans and trousers where they kind of like billow out. So you've got that play on two different silhouettes. Because I think avant-garde style, you're pushing it a little bit more, and you're not just you're sort of against the status quo a little bit, and you're wearing things you wouldn't expect.
This style also reminds me of like that goth grunge-core aesthetic kind of. I don't know if we have any like Wednesday Adam fans out here, but it reminds me of her style, especially with that black and white color.
Yeah, that's
a big trend right now.
Exactly. So I that's my favorite at the moment personally, outside of jewel tones. And this far mannequin on the side, like I was saying, this is a good like toe dip into it. So you could take this up several notches, but for now, what I did was I literally just took one element and styled around it. So for this, it was the men's shirt, which this is men's, and the men's tie. I love men's ties. I have about 7 of them at home. I have a black. Black is like the first color I reckon you should get. You can get these every time you go to Marshall's and just go to the men's section. They usually sell them in like packs of 3, which is great. And then what I have personally done is I like the idea of adding something, contrasting it with like this very kind of edgier looking skirt with this detail. So I love that. And then this jacket could be any jacket. It doesn't have to be like this particular jacket. I chose something that was a bit of a statement, but you could easily have gone with like a men's jacket, like just something that's very plain and simple, and paired that with this.
I like the fitted look.
You like the fitted look. Yeah. Exactly. So this is what is about your personal style. This is where you can answer those questions. Who are you? Because I will have a different style to your style. Yeah. So we interpret this avant-garde style in our own way. And that is where you get your confidence to style yourself, because you're leaning into what you know is to be your style anyway. And that's what's important.
I love it. So many good gems.
Oh,
thank you. So we can head on to the next part of our session.
Of course, I don't have my cards in my hand, so I have no idea what the next part is.
We are moving on to building personal style and confidence.
Yes.
And we'd like some audience participation in this part.
Oh, yes.
So Karen and I can answer questions from the audience, any burning personal style questions. So maybe you've got something in your wardrobe you don't know how to wear. If you just saw something here or on the racks, how to style it, how to wear it, we can answer them for you.
If anyone has one, yeah. Hi. Good question. So the things that I would stay away from, because I talk about buying things that stand the test of time, I'm just going to take it just to me personally. What do I avoid? First of all, I avoid colors that don't suit me. So that's something we can all relate to. A lot of you kind of feel like that.
I can't imagine a color that doesn't suit you.
Oh no, I don't look good in like really like. There's a shade of grey. It's like a concrete grey.
So specific.
I know, because I've tried, and it just doesn't look good on me. Hold on, wait, is that it? Wait, let me just hold. Don't look. Let me see. Is that it? Maybe not. But you know, there's a shade of grey that just does not look good on me. I just don't like it. I look dead, so I can't wear it. But, you know, I like warm colours in general versus cool tone colours. Yeah. So that's one thing. Another thing is, like I mentioned before, like prints. I know I talked about, like, winter florals, and what prints to look out for. Like I said, avoid like bigger prints because they just date. And also, I just do it so automatically. I don't even realize I'm avoiding them anymore. Your body type as well. There's certain things that you just don't think that flatters your shape, and I just avoid them. I generally don't like wearing short skirts. I wear them once in a while, but normally I like midi length. That's just me. That's where my comfort spot is.
So all the mini skirts that are trending right now, you're not a fan?
Well, look, this is, it all depends on who you are, don't forget. But I know for me, I remember during the runways of certain designers, where they showing like the lower rise ones. Yeah. That's not me. I'm sorry. I like my food too much. I'm sorry. I'm not going to wear that. But I like to adapt it to myself. Mm-hmm. So, for example, if the miniskirt trend is in, or just short skirts in general, there is a couple that I bought, but I bought ones that I think flatters me more. So I will go for not straight cut, but I like the idea of ones that have box pleats, almost like a pleated skirt. Yeah. So it kind of kicks out a bit, because I think that balances out a woman's shape a bit more when it kind of kicks out. It's not stuck to your legs like sausage. I hate that feeling. So it's got to kick out, so your legs are free. And then I would wear it instead of like having like your tummy out or anything. I would just pair it with like a chunky knit, and then wear tights, and then like flat boots.
Love it.
You know what I mean? So that's how you can interpret it. And I will do this outfit, but you know what I mean. That's the way around it.
Did we answer your question?
Yeah, I don't believe in like the standard capsule wardrobe checklist. Like everyone in this room needs to buy this, and this, because we're all individuals. We all have our own sense of style. I'm not you, and you're not me. So we dress according to that. So I think that's why I said in the beginning, it's important to identify what is your personal style. What do you personally love?
Yeah. Thank you both. Anyone else got any personal style questions? Ooh, yes, you.
You want to go, or shall I go?
I feel like I need that tip.
Oh. Yeah. Okay, so one I can know of straight away is, and this is like a very practical, someone may have known about it by now, which is the way to tell if trousers will fit you. You don't have to try them on. See, I see a lot of you. Who knows about this tip?
Is that where
you put it around your, right? You put it around your neck. Have you heard about that?
Yeah, it doesn't work for me. What? It hasn't worked for me. I don't know.
Okay. Well, 9 times out of 10, I find it does work, but I think it also depends on the cut of the trouser, that it's a cut. So it doesn't work. It's not like one measurement fits all types of trousers. So it depends on that. But tips as well. I find I've got to the point now where I can literally eyeball something, and I know it's going to fit me. Like I'll just go and I'll look. I will know if something is gonna, and it's not some kind of Jedi mind trick. It's just.
Can anyone else do that? Just look at it and know?
I mean, literally, I can look at that and I'll go, okay, that will fit me, because I know it is cute, isn't it? Because you just got to look. I'm looking at the width of the shoulders, because like jackets especially, everything, you're a hanger. Everyone is a hanger. Your shoulders, left to right, are the widest part of you usually. And that is what needs to fit. So when I look at that, I'm thinking about my shoulders. And I'm going, is my shoulders that wide, or are they wider? So I prefer oversized jackets. So as long as I think that this is wider than the width of my shoulders, I know already this is going to work without trying it on. So that's just like a key sort of quick thing right there. It's funny, but for the men's suits that I bought from Marshalls.
Yeah, how do you know?
I didn't try it on. I didn't try it on. The jacket is in that room there, and it fits. Now the reason actually tell a lie, I did try the blazer on first. But the way I can usually tell is, again, I start with, they usually pair them together, so they'll pair the jacket with the trousers on two hangers. Yeah, the way they do it. And if the jacket fits, the trousers are going to fit, because it's for one size person. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So I already know if that is going to fit. I know the trousers are going to fit, so I don't have to bother putting them on. And that's like a tip that I've got as far as like sizing is concerned, and you don't want to go into the fitting room. Yeah.
Love that. Thank you.
It's all right.
Thank you.
Does anyone else have a style question?
I've got one if no one else has one.
Go on. Yeah. Okay. So a couple of things. One is, and that's a really good question, because I feel like that as well. I feel like everyone would. Look at the material. Make sure it's really like flowy. Is that flowy or is that structured? I can't tell. Okay, so that's structured. You want something that is floaty. You want this. This is what you want. You want that. You want the dress to feel like
real
really loose
Yeah.
and have a bit of a weight to it as well, because the weight is what keeps it hanging down, because it's got a weight to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I see.
And then also it helps if there is some kind of detailing here that helps to give it a bit of a shape, right? Now, for example, one thing that I like, and you can create this yourself, is, and this is the avant-garde in me coming out, but I have a harness, a leather harness, and you can buy them. And I love the idea of putting...
like an actual, like with the straps.
Yeah, and you
Wow.
can it adds like a fitted section to up here. Or you can take like a knitted sleeveless tank top that's cropped and layer it on top of right up to here over that dress. And what it's done is it's creating a silhouette, because it's adding like a tightness here, and then it's creating like an empire, and it just lets the rest flow. And you can, that top part, that vest top, can be anything you want in terms of like the color. It could be playing with like jewel tones. You just pick, if you don't know what color to get, look at the color of the dress, and that should usually be a color that's reflected in that knit, and then they'll go together. So that's one thing I like to do. And also, depending on your height, sometimes it's nice to wear a little bit of a flat form to just lift you off the ground, just to add some height, and it helps to like visually just elongate you. I find that helps. And also, sorry, I'm just thinking of things as I'm going.
I love it.
Just a jacket as well. Think about what the outerwear piece is on top of, if you want to wear an outerwear piece on top of that dress. I would go for something that's a little bit more cropped as well, because it balances out a really long maxi, contrast it with a cropped blazer. Or if you want to wear like a longer blazer, take that blazer and take a skinny belt, you know what I'm going to say, put it, crisscross that blazer like that, right? Almost want to put one on.
Yeah.
I can't
They
see
want
one.
you to do it. Can you do it with that blazer?
That's a bit too small. Let me see. Is there a blazer here I can do it with? She says, looking for something. I'm not seeing anything. Okay, but this is the kind of thing I was saying that you can wear over, like something that's cropped, like that, over a maxi. But let me see. Even that, I think, would look good over a maxi. Sorry, I'm standing with my back to everyone.
That's so cute.
Because that same reason. And you can switch out this belt as well. Just switch it to any belt you've got in your wardrobe, like a leather belt, whatever, skinny belt. Check the men's, remember?
Yes.
Yeah, because it's going to be nice and
definitely
clean and simple. But yeah, and for the blazer idea, sorry, I'm not seeing one I want to do it with yet. Oh, I've got this dress. I've got this dress, and it looks so good on. This looks so good on. It really does. It really does, because it hugs, and this part here, where is it? Yeah, the ruche. It goes like it goes like this, and it hugs so nicely. It literally, and it goes in at the back. It's so, this
Super
cut.
flattering.
The cut of this is superb, and I just wear it like done up like that, and it looks so good. Anyway, the point I was trying to make is like get a blazer on top of the maxi dress, and just like belt the blazer, and then you can imagine that look. So you've got like this cool, I would do oversized. I would do an oversized blazer, and I would crisscross it, and I would do a nice skinny belt to cinch your waist in, and then you've got like that long floaty dress that's like, as soon as you're walking, you just got that flow of that dress, and it just looks so cool.
I love it.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. That was so helpful.
That's all right. Does anyone else have a question? You good?
No, we're good.
Brilliant. I've got experts.
And it's perfect because it's time for us to move on to our last part
Yes.
of today's session. Does anyone else have any type of questions to ask Karen or I while we're here regarding style, confidence, fashion, anything at all? Nope.
Everyone's pretty good.
Oh, wait, we have one.
Hello. Yeah, it's a really good question. And I do ask myself that sometimes. Especially in my job, I get exposed to so much of it, literally going down the runway. And I am such a fashion hoe. I like kind of everything. So I have to be very careful to choose what I really is me. And I think that's what it boils down to. What is me? You know, because there's certain designers I saw last month and I was like, oh, that's so me. That's a bit of me. It's like, that's Karen going past me. And I've even had followers who like message me after I'll post some of the story in my stories, a show, and they'll be like, that's so you.
Yeah.
That's really you.
I like that.
Yeah, because I saw there was a show I saw in Paris and I thought the same thing. I was like, oh my God, yeah, that show is so me. Every single piece was me.
Yeah.
But then there'll be other shows that I'll watch. I'll appreciate them, but I know it's not me. And the reason why I can answer that is because I know what suits me now. I know what suits me. I know what my style is. I know who I am in that sense. So that's really what it's about.
Thank you. Thank you both.
Okay.
And now for some fun interaction. We are going to ask everyone in the audience to line up at the mannequin that you feel best embodies your personal style. Or if they don't, which one do you feel inspired by the most? So step on up. We're handing out glasses.
Oh, okay. Right. Okay. So how do we... Okay. So how do we do
I'll be
the
grabbing
glasses?
the glasses.
Was it one section at a time, one mannequin at a time?
Okay.
So for the jewel...
Yeah, I'll announce that we have. Yeah. Should
We
we
have to
just
figure-
grab? I know you're grabbing one section. I'm grabbing.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think. So...
We've got some goodies.
Okay, so we have 3 different styles of sunglasses that we're going to give anyone who's up for them, and I already know which ones I like personally. But it's really a matter of like picking the. We felt that these glasses fell into certain categories, right?
Yep.
Like this one felt like avant-garde.
Yes.
These glasses, if you feel avant-garde person, then these would be for you. And I think these were for the mix. This is for the middle. This is for the
Yes.
mixed prints.
Winter.
And the reason why I did this is for the mixed prints is because of the tint of the glass and the color of the
I'll grab
glass
one to show.
as well, and the color of the frame. And then we did this one on the end, which is that's a jewel.
Jewel tones.
That's for the jewel tones.
Yes.
But you don't have to be married to those particular glasses. If you think, actually, no, I'm more of the other pair, then let us know and we'll just give you the other pair instead. So don't feel like it's a hard and fast rule. So we'll just go through now. So who wants... You want
I'm
to do...
going to go to jewel tones.
You're going to go to jewel
Do
tones.
you want to head to winter florals?
I will go to winter florals, which is... Hang on. It's the ones in the middle, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So I'll grab these ones.
And can we have someone help us with the last one? Thank you, Caroline. Okay. Jewel tones. I've got glasses. Are you jewel tone? Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Yes.
Jewel tone?
Yeah, the black one's the avant-garde.
You're a jewel tone?
Perfect. I think I was
Anyone
thinking
else?
I
Okay, so
was
I'm gonna go
thinking
grab
of
some more.
actually you quite look either the black one or the middle ones I think are very you. Okay, so who is the florals? Okay, so these are for you. Actually, go with your top. Okay, so also who's florals? Who's winter florals? So your winter florals. I love your bag.
Any more
That's all
jewel
right.
tone
And then-
over here? Yeah?
Who's got winter florals? Who's winter
Black too,
florals? Winter
okay.
florals? Winter florals. If not, you can wait for the other glasses if you want. Hi, good to see you
Any
again.
more jewel tones?
All right, so
That's
this
coming.
avant-garde,
Jewel tones?
avant-garde, avant-garde, avant-garde. Okay, so I'm gonna do who's
One last
avant-garde?
jewel tone?
Anyone else is by avant-garde? Anyone else is by avant-garde? We good? We good? Avant-garde is good. Okay, we're good. Oh, there you go. There you go.
Winter florals.
Avant-garde. These are the black ones.
Who's standing
I
next
really
to
like the
winter
black ones.
florals? Here.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Sure. You want these ones? Yeah, that's perfect. Okay. All right, I've got
Winter floral? Yeah.
two more, like the brown.
Welcome.
If anyone wants the brown tinted ones. Yeah? Which ones do you want? Because there's dark ones, lighter. Okay, perfect. Got another one. These are like more like oversized. If anyone wants an oversized pair, I've got them right here. Yeah, okay, there you go. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Anyone else
We got a few
want
left.
sunnies?
Yeah.
Brilliant. Okay. So
Okay.
these are the dark. These are actually pretty cool. And we got a mirror right there. So if you want to check yourself out, these are the darker
Oh, yeah,
ones.
there's some
You can
mirrors,
swap. Yeah,
everyone.
we can swap these up. So we can feel free to swap if you want to as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can swap. Which ones do you want to swap? Yeah. Perfect. I've got two more in case anyone wants to swap their glasses.
I've got two more too.
If anyone wants to swap, they're right here, or just to pick one. You want to pick that one? Okay, swap. Okay, so I got two of these. If anyone wants to swap, what do you have? Oh, you're out. Okay, I've got
Can
two
I give you
left.
another?
If anyone wants to get a pair, I've got these two left. I think we're good. I think
Yeah,
we did
I think
it.
we're good.
I think we did it.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much for attending
Thank you.
today's session.
Thank you for coming, everybody.